Yeah, JangerBallManTrain.com. Today's workout was pretty simple. Got a little thing in my in my lungs because of this workout, but hold on a minute. I did 30 seconds on the road bike, not all out, but I would say 80%, 30 seconds. And then I did 25, 50-pound kettlebell swings, did it 4 rounds. Pretty good workout. I'll do more stuff today, but wanted to get that in there. So anyhow, I'll talk. When I try to explain to men, especially younger men, they don't seem to get it. They were like me. I never listened to the older guys when it came to training. People that I knew they trained, but I didn't think they knew what they were talking about. Why would they? Hey, you're a fucking truck driver. What do you know about exercise? You're not a fucking personal trainer. No, you don't train. You don't train anybody, so what the fuck do you know? And come to think about it, when I was, as I get older, I realized a lot of these guys were fucking on to something, and they were smart. I should have listened, but I didn't. I have to find it out for yourself. Find for myself. I think that's what most people do. They find it out for themselves. No matter what your parents tell you something, what the fuck do you know? Anyhow, if I would have paid attention, things might have been a little different. Maybe, maybe not. Okay? I realized that when I started reading books. Long, long time ago. And I realized that by reading books, how stupid I actually am. And the more I read, the older I get, the dumber I feel. I can't communicate to people that don't want to hear it, okay? It's like when you see our government allowing military-age single men to cross our border and people seeing it and saying, oh, nothing to see here. Or Joe Biden actually going into your pocket, stealing your fucking money, but I don't see it. Okay, whatever, okay? Being soft on crime. Comes to your neighborhood, you get fucking mugged, you become a victim. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Okay. Well, that's stupidity. When you see it happening and you don't fucking act on it, it's stupidity, no matter where it comes from. So, I'm going to tell you about like when I switched to body weight training and how it didn't make a whole lot of sense to do the thousands of reps that I fucking did. Because a lot of people say, for instance, like, well, people squat all over the world. They squat in sitting positions. You're right, they do. And it's an exercise that we all should be able to do. We lose to be able to do it when we grow up because we don't sit like that. We become civilized, basically. But people that do squat down like that aren't squatting like that thousands of times a day. Okay? Not even probably hundreds of times a day. It's not happening. And they're in a position where they're just sitting there and stretching it out. Okay? So, there was a time when I was getting into 8-count bodybuilders. This was probably 20 years ago. I read a Navy SEAL book and I was reading a real thick fucking encyclopedia. And the guy who wrote the book was talking about how he hated the 8-count bodybuilders and every Friday they had to do 100 of them. So I wanted to see how difficult it was. And I remember the first time doing them in my backyard, and I was in pretty good shape. I got 60. And I'm like, fuck, this is brutal. So my goal was to get fucking 100. All right. So then I was doing every fucking Friday. I was doing the fucking Navy SEAL workout. I was doing 100 8-count bodybuilders. I had to do them at least every Friday for quite a long time. So as time goes on, I decide, hey, I'm going to fucking do, and this was up here in Pennsylvania where I live now, I'm going to try, I was reading a book about, written by a guy named Mark Devine. He's got a book out, Seal Fit, and he's got some other books out, The Way of the Wolf, whatever. Not bad books. And he was talking about how he had to do 1,000 8-count bodybuilders. I'm like, So, under my tree out here, I did 1,000 8-count bodybuilders in 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's a long fucking time to be doing an exercise, okay? One set, I rested when I had to, but I did 1,000 in 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I was pretty excited. Beat the fuck up. I talked to my buddy, I said, hey man, guess what, man? I just did 1,000 8-count bodybuilders in 2 hours and 20 minutes. And he says to me, now he's older than me, black belt in karate, always trained. He goes, why? I'm like, I don't know. Why did I fucking do it? Test myself? Because at the end of the day, and looking back on it, it was cool, but it really didn't do anything for me. Okay? Now let me get back to the squats and all the other exercises. Say you're a policeman. Now try to get out of the gym and into real life. Let's say a policeman. Okay? It was nothing for me to do 500 to 1,000 squats on a regular basis. I mean in a row. Boom, boom, fucking Hindu squats. It was no big deal. But I remember how sore I always felt. Okay? For days. Even if I did them, I would get sore. I'd get used to them and I would do more and do more. Okay? I don't know if I actually benefited, but I know that my knees and my fucking, all the high reps I've done, took a toll on my joints. So I would always think about the cop, and I would say to cop friends of mine, why do you train so hard when you can't hardly move to get out of the fucking cop car to chase somebody? If you cannot chase somebody and you cannot defend yourself because you're fucking beat the fuck up, what good is it? Okay, so yeah, you want to get stronger, but then the next time when you're healed, you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. Somewhere down the road, you're going to run into somebody that doesn't want to be arrested, and you're going to have to fight for your fucking life. I had a buddy one time. He's jogging through town. I said, hey, man. Hey, Doug. Why are you jogging? Oh, I'm jogging for the job. Jogging to stay in shape for the job. I mean, for the cop, be a cop. I was like, oh, hey, man, when's the last time anybody jogged away from you when you were in pursuit? They sprinted. And then when you had to sprint behind them, and then you had to take them down, you had to fucking control the situation, you had to restrain them, and if you can't fucking breathe because you're jogging, how's that going to work out? And you just can't do it. That's why you need other people to help restrain, because now instead of having one cop breathing heavy, you got 5 cops breathing heavy. And it takes 5 to control one fucking guy who doesn't want to be arrested. I can't convince you. I won't convince you. I'm just saying that when I take the gym and I take the outdoors, it's different. Believe what you want about the form. Form was created for the gym. There is no form outside the gym. But lifting rocks, there's no form. Carrying dressers and bureaus up and down steps, there's no form. Moving washers, dryers, refrigerators, dragging shit, there is no good form. Okay? That's why guys who leave the gym, move a couch, and I know this for a fact because I fucking heard it more than once and have seen it, they hurt their backs moving a 100 fucking pound couch. That should not happen. Alright? You got to convince yourself through either your fuck ups, your mistakes, or something slapping you in the fucking mouth. Later.